So ladies and gentlemen, here in the UK, we are having a little bit of a heat wave at the minute. It's a bit warm. It's currently, I don't know if you can see that, 22 degrees. And I know what you're thinking. Adam, it ain't that warm. But here in the UK, when we get the slightest bit of warm weather, we all act like we've never been warm before. To me, it's piping. I went for a run yesterday, man, and it was hard. But we're going to be checking out, comparing British and American hot weather. Now, I'm going to Florida in just under 2 months, man, in the middle of July, and I'm probably gonna melt, so this is probably one of the last videos you'll ever see of me. But welcome on in. You might as well subscribe if you want. That would be great. I'm gonna like the video as well, because that would be just as great. You're looking good today, by the way. You smell amazing as well. Now let's do this.
One of those memos pertains to heat waves.
Well, yeah.
Both countries have experienced their fair share of them over the centuries.
Yes, we have.
As someone who orbited the sun 26 times while living in Britain, I vaguely recall some of my homelands. I say vaguely because the thing about heat waves is that they don't linger in the memory like a blizzard or a hurricane. They don't yield shaky YouTube videos or Michael Bay set pieces. They're just a period of perspirational misery.
That's a good point. What is the weather like whenever it's warm where you live, guys? Go into the comments and let me know, hey, I'm from X, and during the hot moments of the year, you get to what temperatures? Let me know, because I just want to know what I'm dealing with here, man. Because I'm coming on here and saying 22 degrees is almost unbearable. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. No idea. Maybe like 70? I actually don't know. I have no idea. But let me know. You're probably laughing at me right now saying, Adam, you lot are pitiful. Pitiful. Fucking hot, though.
In 2006, Britain experienced its hottest ever July, with the thermometer soaring to what I thought was a quite ridiculous 99 degrees Fahrenheit. One night, my wife and I camped out in my brother's living room in
Lawrence, is this you? I think this is you, Lawrence. Look at this hair, man.
London. What happened next was a lesson in why you should never sleep on a blow-up mattress atop a flat in 99-degree heat in a country where AC is fiction.
Oh.
Rumour has it that our sweat still haunts the ceiling. But what is a heat wave? A heat wave is not just a case of hot weather. If it was, the southern US would be embroiled in perpetual summer heat wave, with temps often reaching what on earth degrees Fahrenheit. No, a heat wave is a period of heat relative to the usual temperature of a place or season. So when measurements exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Britain, as they did in Cambridge last year, it's definitely a heat wave. Okay. And I know that because this has only happened twice in the nation's history.
Doesn't humidity make a big difference, though? Obviously, you guys got the humid. Well, not everywhere in the US has humidity, but like your Floridas, for example, have humidity. And then Las Vegas don't. It's dry as all hell out there, man. Right? Isn't that how that works? I've been to both. I've experienced both, but I've never experienced July. I've always went to Florida or Las Vegas either in February or in like October, I believe. Can't remember. I think it was like October. Yeah. But I feel like this is going to be a different kettle of fish this year. I'm going to obviously vlog it. And you guys are going to see my demise on camera. It'll be me first time experiencing summer in the USA. That scares me a little bit. I can't lie.
In parts of the US, it's an annual tradition and will only become more frequent this century.
Yep.
Even while living toward the Great Lakes, I've encountered the dreaded 3 digits more than once.
Was he wearing a helmet?
Between this and America's extreme winters, there's a reason I miss British weather. After all, British heat waves ain't got nothing on America. If you don't believe me, let's take a look at a selection of America's greatest heats.
Come on.
At AXA Health Insurance, our support line nurses and counsellors are ready.
Hello, premium?
If you don't believe me, let's take a look at a selection of America's greatest heats.
1896.
While not the hottest, this heat wave is notable for its persistence. In July and August of 1896, it impacted several popular cities such as New York, Boston, and Chicago over a period of 10 days. That's 24 hours longer than Michelle Phillips was married to Dennis Hopper. During those 10 days, the temperatures in those cities remained above 90 degrees Fahrenheit, even at night. Worse still, the humidity was about 90%, and this was in the days before aircon and Ben & Jerry's Chunky Monkey. Before entering into a bet with William Howard Taft over who could rock the best presidential facial hair, Teddy Roosevelt was New York City police commissioner. During the heat wave, he dished out ice creams to residents, which leads me to think he might have missed his true calling in life. To my mind, the world was truly robbed of mustachio-flavored ice cream. Just as 2020 feels like a runaway train that's devoured 12 bottles of Dennis Hopper,
Yo, doesn't it though? 2020 is obviously a massive year in history, for the obvious. How is it nearly 7 years ago? We're going to be dead before we know it, man. Not to get morbid, but we fucking are, bro.
1936 felt the same way, but in black and white. America was in the throes of its worst ever depression. The Dust Bowl continued to engulf the Great Plains, and the nation endured one of its worst heat waves in modern history. The year...
What is this? What is that? That looks absolutely horrifying. And then, oh my god, heat kills 100 people. Wait, heat kills 100 twin Scythians? What's that mean? What is this? Twin Scythians? I don't know what that means. Fearful toll here in 18 hours while entire nation continues to sizzle. Let me tell you something. As a human being, sizzling will never be good. If you find yourself sizzling, you might be in trouble, man. I'm not gonna lie.
The year's one bright spark was when Olympian Jesse Owens stormed to 4 gold medals in front of German Chancellor and ardent snowflake Adolf Hitler. Man. But even as that was happening, temperatures in multiple states had exceeded 100 degrees for more than 10 consecutive days.
Jesus.
State records had to be rewritten. I
need to figure out what that is in my language, man, because I don't know what that is. 37 degrees Celsius. That is absolutely bonkers. For 10 consecutive days, no aircon, and also at night. Holy shit, I can't even imagine how bad that would be.
Today, 13 states have yet to best the records they set in the summer of 1936. This includes North Dakota, where temperatures soared to a high of 121 degrees. Nationwide, more than 5,000 Americans died due to the heat. Crop devastation was widespread, and it just happened to follow one of the coldest winters in US history. To this day, 2 states have yet to best the records they set in February 1936. This includes North Dakota, where temperatures plummeted to minus 60 degrees. 1936, kicking North Dakota's ass since 1936.
Jesus.
In the early 50s, Gene Kelly was singing In the Rain. This would have been a huge kick in the teeth to people in the central United States because a persistent and record-setting heatwave was wreaking havoc there. Some areas experienced worse drought than during the Dust Bowl. In 1954, the year of Dennis Hopper's first television appearance, 11 states endured 22 days of 100-plus weather, and the Super Soaker 50 was still the stuff of a madman.
22 days of weather over 100. How did anyone survive that? That is, I'm sitting here complaining about 22.
In July of that year, my current state of Illinois recorded its highest ever temperature, with the thermometer reaching 117 degrees in East St. Louis. Rumour has it that microbes are still hiding under Eads Bridge to this day.
Jeez. 1964.
This is not actual heatwave. Right? This is a Motown hit by Martha and the Vandellas. Yeah, it's a great song, but we don't have the rights to it. Can we skip to 88? Thanks. In America, 1988 is remembered less for its heat wave and more for the droughts it exacerbated. It's also remembered by me for an unusual lack of Dennis Hopper films and the line, "Senator, you're no Jack Nicholson." I think I dreamt that one. But the weather that year was no laughing matter. Weather stations recorded an unprecedented number of days between precipitation in many parts of the Midwest. In the spring, Milwaukee endured 55 days without rain or snow, a phenomenal feat for anyone who's been to Milwaukee.
Why?
At its worst, the drought...
Why is that so important? Why is 55 days without snow or rain so important for Milwaukee, in particular, and specified? Oof. Extreme drought? Oh my god. What the hell going on down here, man? Why have we got extreme drought down here? Flipping hell, man. Extremely moist. Hate that word.
Covered almost half the nation. Forest fires ran rampant, most notably at Yellowstone National Park, which suffered the largest in its history. The event led to one of the worst dust migrations since the 30s, and schools were forced to close in Dakota of the southern variety. Now this is all terrible, you're probably thinking, but aren't droughts and heat waves two different things? Well, yeah, it's just that this particular drought happened to coincide with one of the most stunning heat waves since 1936. It's estimated that between 4 and 17,000 Americans died as a result.
So how many?
Coincide with one of the most stunning heat waves since 1936. It's estimated that between 4 and 17,000 Americans died as a result. Adjusted for inflation, it's the third costliest now.
4 and 17,000. Why such a big gap? Why is there such a massive discrepancy in how many people die, man?
natural disaster in US history behind Hurricanes Katrina and Harvey.
Jesus. Oh, God.
In many ways, I've lived two lives, one in Britain and one in America, and a third one in an alternate universe where I have marginally better teeth and go by the name of Emma, but we don't talk about that. The 2016 Southwest heatwave is the only one included on this list to have occurred during my second life as a US resident. The good thing was, it was 2,000 miles away. During the month of June, temperatures in the states of California, Arizona, and Nevada looked more like supercentenarian statistics. You had numbers like 110, my age in Time Lord years, all the way up to 125.
Jesus.
That measurement was taken in Needles, California, a place that has literally never been hotter. Of course, California knows a thing or two about heat waves. Not only is the state frequently riddled with droughts and wildfires, it's also home to the hottest recorded temperature the world has ever known. The year was 1913. The place, Death Valley. And this was not the beginning of a vampire novel.
1936.
On July 10th of that year, the temperature maxed out at 134 degrees.
50, nearly, I'm rounding that up to 57, man. Because in school, you round up. 57 degrees. I'm going to assume that nobody lived in this place.
It happened before. It will happen again.
Armageddon. You got that from Armageddon during the intro.
That's it for this episode. I hope you're enjoying the warm weather while remaining safe. And welcome to my new studio, which is still a tad echoey. We're going to get a rug down here and some extra acoustic panels.
Sure. Oh, this was uploaded in 2020. Oh. Why did he say 2020 felt like a runaway train? I thought he was referring to because the time's passed so much since then. So confused, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the difference between British and American hot weather. Yeah, you know what? That makes me feel better about the weather here, bro. Have you guys heard of a thing called El Nino? I've seen a lot of it pop on my YouTube. It's going to do something to the Pacific Ocean or something like that. Something crazy is going to happen. I just spotted it in the corner of my eye. But anyway, yeah, it's 22 degrees where I am right now, man. For us, that is hot because we don't get it an awful lot, right? It's like an ice cube. It's not like an ice cube. Take that back. That doesn't make sense at all. But anyway, it's hot. Hot as shit. I got my factor 50 on. Don't you worry about that. Or I will literally go the same color as my sleeves. The red part. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You keep safe out there. You keep looking good. Keep saying that. I'm actually going to the town right now and I'm getting ingredients to make gumbo. Gonna be good. Get the notifications on. That video will be probably already up, actually. You've probably already seen it. Have a great day!